Now, police say 2 suspects are still at large in the province of Saskatchewan in Canada. They're believed to have killed 10 people in a series of knife attacks and wounded at least 15 others. Let's speak now to the leader of the Saskatchewan New Democratic Party, Carla Beck. Thank you very much for being with us. And, I mean, this is just the most awful atrocity.
It really is. We woke up again this morning to news that the suspects are still at large. And we really do have a province right now that is grieving, that is looking for answers and, looking to support those who've been so horribly impacted by this senseless act.
Indeed. I mean, do we know any more about who has done this?
Well, very early yesterday, 2 suspects were identified. There were a number of public alerts that went out and alerted the public to be on the lookout for these 2 individuals. We got an update from law enforcement this morning that despite efforts overnight to locate these 2 individuals, we still do not know their location, and there have been alerts that have been issued for not only Saskatchewan but neighboring provinces as well. I don't think that we know a lot about them and certainly not motivation, but we do know that the acts that were inflicted yesterday morning have had just a devastating impact on our province.
Absolutely, and you just hinted there about a motive. I mean, is there any idea why something like this could have happened?
No, I think at this point we just know that this is it appears to be a senseless attack. The law enforcement officers have noted that some of the victims may have been known to the suspects, but others seem to be just random acts of violence. We're talking about the James Smith Cree Nation, where most of the fatalities and stabbings occurred, is a community of just over 1,500 people. The nearby town of Weldon is a small village of 200. This is just devastating news to wake up to, devastating violence, and our heart just goes out to those communities, the leaders, the first responders, and of course those who are treating the wounded right now in our province.
Absolutely. Just tell us, if you can, Carla, a little more about this Indigenous community.
Well, this is James Smith Cree Nation in the north central eastern part of the province, a community with an on reserve population of about 1,500, a number of band members who live off reserve. A very small community. I did have opportunity to speak with the chief this morning, of course. In a community that small, any community, this is a devastating tragedy, but a community that small where everyone knows everyone, I can only imagine the pain and the horror that not only the chief is going through, but the whole community, and our hearts really do go out to them.
Absolutely, and I'm just reading here that the police are dealing with 13 different crime scenes.
Yeah, this is what's been reported, 13 different crime scenes across at least 2 different communities. Again, very small communities. Our province and some of your listeners, may be hearing about Saskatchewan for the first time. In the center of Canada, we're 1 million people on a landmass largely equivalent to Ukraine. So, sparsely populated, tight-knit communities, and this really has been devastating. We're not sure where, again, those suspects are this morning. I think that there was a lot of heartache and a lot of sleepless nights in our province last night as we wait to hear more details and hopefully have a peaceful as possible resolution to this tragedy.
Absolutely, a dreadful incident. Carla Beck, thank you very much for being with us. Thank you.
Thank you so much.